Hey, hey, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. When you get here, I don't know. Other people are having some exciting lives on. I almost didn't go live tonight because just stuff happening. It's crazy, crazy. Anyway, I'll hang on a little bit here and see what goes on. We shall see, huh? Oh, I guess I'm being quiet because I'm thinking. Anyway, tonight I'm going to talk about odd things. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Miss Ethel, how are you? Everybody's busy, busy, busy. Hi, Cal Debs. You must be new. Hi, and Mama Beth, how are you? Just left over there. Oh, at T and Donna. Donna's got her hands full. Hopefully she'll I guess she's going back. I watched her video this morning and then I was listening for a little bit. Donna, if you guys don't know Donatella Batalino, Mama Beth, how is it that you're not blue? From California. Well, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. We are going to talk about some odd things that you can sell on eBay for big money. I've talked about them here and there, not a lot, but I figured that I think she's not going to get them. She couldn't pre-sell enough. That's a bummer. You're talking about the lighthouses. Is she gonna go back and get more ornaments and stuff? I stole Dren's coffee cup because why wouldn't I? Anyway, Donatella Batalino, let's see. Hi, Patty. How are you? How are you? Come on in. Let me see if I can actually my computers. Hi, Kathy. My internet is running slow. Another phone call to make tomorrow, huh? I need to have my I'll pull her channel up and I'll drop Donna's link in the description below. And then it's auction right now. They are on auctions for you. So let me drop T's channel in the description. That's T's channel. If you guys, hello, how are you? Digging Dashin Finds. And I cannot remember your name because it's been that bad. Let's see if I feel like I have. Let's see if she has Donatella's. Join membership. Donatella. Here we go. Donatella's. They are friends and they live in different states. And they run auction. Anna, I knew that. It was like right on the tip of my tongue. Then I was like, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be wrong. Anyway, Donatella and I have been friends for simply years. And here is her channel. So if you have a hard time getting out and sourcing and you need a good source of stuff, they're your girls. Green Mosaic Resale April. Hi. You normally watch the replays, so you probably don't know me. Well, I appreciate you watching the replays. And you are not somebody that normally says hi, so I appreciate that. Let's do this. All right, you guys. If you weren't blue before, I'm making you blue, and here's the rules for being blue on my channel. If you have the ability to drop links of things that I'm talking about or other channels that I'll sometimes just say, can somebody please drop a link? Then that's great. But if you become a problem, I will unblue you. I haven't had any problems so far. And I'll wait until a few more people join in. Oh, wow. We have 25 people here. Wow. Not even paying attention. So for those 25 of you that are here, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to those that lurk, that don't come in and say hi, because today I hit, my computer is so slow, 20,000 view hours. That is 20,000 hours of watch time. Hi, Karen. How are you? 20,000 hours of watch time. That's amazing. Hi, Linda. How are you? You must be new also. Thank you for coming in. And on top of that, I'm, let's see, 133 away from 3,000 subscribers. So I cannot even tell you all how much I appreciate you. He'll be in a little while. He's taking a little snoozy. We got a new puppy this last weekend, and unfortunately he had an ear infection, and I knew it when we got him. Thank you, Ethel. This is my good friend Brett, and I'm Lucy, and she's Ethel wherever we go. So if you guys don't know who I'm referring to, Brett. Anyway, so where Chrissy will be in here sooner or later. She is what did Linda, did I miss something? Rusty Bucket is what she goes by, and that's where we got the puppy. And they couldn't take him to the vet because their county fair was happening, and the two vets in their county were at the county fair. And then I was like, oh, it won't be any big deal. It shouldn't be hard to get him in over here in the Vancouver, Portland area, which is huge. I'll tell you what, it took me, yesterday was Wednesday. That's how long it took me. Being on the waiting list at the emergency vet hospital that's open 24/7, calling 40 different veterinarian offices. It took that long to get him in. And so he has a double ear infection. His left eardrum is ruptured, and he's doing much better. I was cleaning his ears with warm, moist, soft cloths, and put an antibiotic ointment on it. And then I had some eardrops already, so I was putting those in. You've been watching for a few months off and on. Well, thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys. So anyway, and I almost didn't go on tonight because they're putting new gutters on the house. They came and took them down, and then they never came back. They left their ladders out there, which is fine. I mean, he went to help finish up another job, and I guess things got hairy, scary over there, so they'll be back in the morning. But this is going to be a very interesting topic, or topics, I should say, because as those of you that know me and have watched me know, I was raised on a farm. I have a degree in agriculture, horticulture. My passion is growing things. Thanks, Ethel. I decided I needed to start looking like a city girl, that I live in the city. So this is probably, it's kind of messy right now because I had it up. I need to quit wearing my hat so much because my hair is breaking. And anyway, so I went and got my hairs did. Dren got his hair cut. And so we're looking like we belong in the real world now. No, we aren't. Oh, apparently he said, no, we aren't. Well, at least you're not. Anybody need a 9-year-old little boy for free? I'll send him to you. I'll buy the plane ticket. Just kidding. You can't have him. Anyway, so yeah, so egg hoard. And if you guys have watched my video, I know you'd take him in a hot second. And probably you probably send him back about as fast as you got him, though. He's a riot. He's a riot, I'll tell you that. Chrissy, Rusty Bucket, I don't know where she is. She might be sleeping. She's got a horse. Over in Eastern Oregon, I videotaped, yeah.
My phone's been charging for about an hour, and it's only at 17%.
That sounds like a first world problem. Did you want to tell everybody hi? Dren got a haircut too. When Dr. Pepper wakes up, don't wake him up. He's sleeping and he needs to rest. You can bring him in and show him to everybody, okay? Thank you, Maria. And welcome in. Anyway, so I videotaped parts and pieces of the drive. It's about a 5.5 hour drive if you stop and use the restroom, right? And I got going up through the mountain, through Mount Hood. And then I got the high desert plains, but the fires are really bad in Northern California and Eastern Oregon. And so it's really bad. And so, needless to say, she's got a nasty sinus infection. And when we were there, her stepson, they were getting ready to take him down to California for college. So all the kids' dogs were there, 9 dogs, 10 including Dr. Pepper, but one of them was an older fat corgi. I think his name's Max. Anyway, Dren decided to call him Old Man Jenkins, and he had so much fun. Oh my gosh, anyway, Chrissy had a good time with him, and he's just a riot. I'm telling you for sure. So, and while I was over there, I did some sourcing, and I've had this idea in my head before, but it really became an idea. I told Chrissy, I said, I think I'm going to do my video this next week on chit. For lack of better words, you can replace the C with an S. Because did you guys know that shit sells on eBay? And I'm not just talking about this kind of stuff. By the way, these things right here, these FAF programmable things, look them up. About $100 a piece for some of them. Thank you, Sammy, and welcome in. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So, she had 2 truck trailers that were left by the previous owner, and we sourced a bunch of stuff, but I felt like I was so at home at her place because they had chickens and turkeys, and she has 2, not llamas, somebody help me. Like, I'm having a brain fart. 2 donkeys. They have miniature cows, so on and so forth. And anyway, so I said, and we were driving down her driveway one day, and she has a big pile of horse poop compost. I mean, a big pile, like you could fill a whole truck trailer bed, a semi-trailer bed with it, which if you live on any type of a farm that has animals, you will have that. But she used to work for the Bureau of Land Management. Alpacas. Thank you, Karen. Anyway, and right across the main road is the airport, and she helped take care of the wild Mustang population in that area. So, and she has 4 there on her property, and she has 2 other horses that she's farmed out to help somebody with one of their fields. But emu, ooh, those things are mean. Emus are mean. Hi, Palisades. Anyway, so I told her, I said, I said, shit sells on eBay. And she goes, I know, I sell all kinds of it. And I go, no, like horse poop and rabbit poop and goat poop and cow poop and bat guano and so on and so forth. And she goes, yeah. And I go, no, really, it does. And it sells for really good money. And so anyway, so we were looking all of that up, and I go, I'm gonna do my next. I said I should go get a couple pictures of couple piles of manure, and then I decided I didn't want to gross you guys out with that as a thumbnail, because I mean, as funny as it would be, it's still poop, right? So what are some other weird things? I'm gonna pull up pictures, and we're gonna look at stuff, because I want you guys to understand that, especially if you have small animals, if you have chickens, if you have rabbits, these things that sell. How about cicadas? Last year was really bad for cicadas, and cicada carcasses sell. Owl pellets sell. Anybody that lives on a property with an old barn, there are owl pellets sell. We had 2 different people that came up. Hey, Jan, everybody tell my BFF howdy, howdy. We had 2 different universities that came. Is there any kind of poop that you can't sell? Pretty much not. We're gonna look some of it up. I mean, but you only have gophers. You could probably sell them. Taxidermy. My poop. Yep. You'd be amazed. What composted human poop. And there is a way to do it. And there are some amazing composting toilets out there. And I'm telling you what, if you guys have a beach cabin, or if you have a mountain cabin, or even if you have a home and you don't want to do the water thing, composting toilets are amazing, especially if you live in a tiny home, or you have a motor home and you don't want to have a huge gray water system. Composting toilets are amazing, and they have come a long way. I mean, you can still use the 5-gallon bucket with the toilet seat on it and the cardboard and all of that, or sawdust. A lot of people do it. There's a couple that I've followed for years, Doug and Stacy, and why can't I think of the name of their channel? But oh shoot, if I remember it sooner or later. But they've gone all over. And in order to do it the way that they do it, they set it out. They have a place on their property that they set it in the buckets for. You have to compost human poop for about 3 to 5 years if you're going to use it. So that's just how that goes. What a topic, huh? Anyway, so here are some of the things that I've written down that I hope to get to talk about. And so poop, bugs, live bugs, dead bugs, anything to do with entomology. Owl pellets. So I just can't imagine human poop being good. Look at what everyone eats. Well, really. So have you looked at the ingredients on the packages of your dog food and your cat food and your rabbit food? Have you looked at the list of ingredients? Do you know what the vet had the nerve to tell me yesterday? That there's been studies done. I haven't looked this up yet, but as far as I'm concerned, some of the other stuff she told me, she's full of it. That dogs that are on grain-free diets have a higher rate of a heart attack. Now, you tell me if you've ever seen a dog out in a field eating grain. When they eat grass, they usually throw up. Grains are bad for everybody. Gluten is bad for people. They have modified it so much to make it so much stickier and grow faster and be this big bad thing that it is horrible. Why? That's why so many people have such horrible gut health. I'm preaching to the choir, Karen. You don't need what? Yeah. Anyway, I just looked at her and I said, I the more and more and more she talked, the more I was like, Twizzlers. Anyway, so that's where that was. She's a newer vet, and I was just like, she wanted to do all of this stuff, and I said, he's got a double ear infection, right? And she goes, yeah. And I go, that's all you need to treat him for. That's it. I'll get him an appointment on a waiting list for the rest of the stuff that you seem to think he has that he doesn't. And she just looked at me like I was nuts, and I go, I'm not the normal person that you might think you could deal with. And I said, everything that you're telling me that you think he has, I have access to the same information you did. You may have gone to school for it, but I can look it up and Google it in a hot second and prove you wrong. She didn't like that. That's okay. Pesticides on the grain. Oh my gosh, it just goes on and on. Your kitten really stunk until I decided to try the fancy. Yep. Dren and his dad's dog, Baron, had really bad. He didn't have mange. There's a difference between mange and being allergic to your food. And it took me about 3 months of the new food. His skin would fall. His skin flaked off, yes, and it stank. And so finally, when we got the new food and whatever, it made a big difference. But you guys got to understand that dogs didn't eat grains. Hi, Maggie. How are you? Welcome in. Anyway, so let's see what else. Worms, red wiggler worms, any kind of worms that you can grow. You can have a compost bin right underneath your sink, and you can grow worms and sell them by the packet, the Ziploc baggie full. And then I have live bugs for pet food, and there's other things. I mean, I was just writing stuff down as it was coming to me, because I don't know how many of you would even think about this kind of stuff, and a lot of these things are easily grown at home. Worms, do you have a backyard? Do you have a spare bathroom that you don't use? And I'm not saying to make your bathtub into a worm bin. Worm compost is amazing. And when not only can you sell the worms, you can sell the liquid that comes off, and you can sell the worm castings. If there are grains in mice or birds that wild kitties eat, it's usually already converted, for sure. Anyway, what do you got? What did you put there, Maria? That didn't come through on my chat on StreamYard, so I had to look over here to see what you Hey, hi Lulu. You have fed all of your pets Purina One dry food for years. The dogs we have over 10 years, and the cats are almost 19. You couldn't pay me to feed Purina anything to my pets. My dad wouldn't feed Purina food to our cows either, and that's just me. But if that's what you can afford, that's what you can afford, and that's what you can give them. Michael, where have you been? Where have you been? Did you walk from Florida back up to Maine? I know you didn't go to Maine, but you disappeared from the face of the earth. I've seen a few posts by you, but you've been missed. Welcome back in. Anyway, so let's look at some insects here, because what I'm going to do is, so just know, you guys, I can see the chat over here. So if I'm looking like this, I'm looking at the chat, but more than likely, Brett or Lulu will answer any. Hi, Marianne, how are you? Will answer any questions, or Brett can also send me a message on Instagram, and I'll get at you. I'll get back, but I'm going to try to not be too distracted so I don't scroll too much, because I have a really bad habit of doing that. So for all of you who are just now coming in, let's go take a look at some insects. And I'm going to, this first one that I'm going to share with you is this. These beetles, they're called a stag beetle, are like Japanese collectors of these stag beetles. Let's make sure. Okay. Will pay thousands for one of these beetles, alive and or dead. I kid you not. And I pulled up this article just to show you, because I don't want you to think that I'm too crazy. Let's see. Why is it not wanting to go back? Of course it is. There we go. Oh, that's not good. All right. I'm going to have to go out of here. You saw it? Oh, wow. My computer is killing me. So I pulled up. Did I pull up stag beetles and then I got on something else? So let's just go here. Let's go to stag beetles. And you can sell them live. I found some on here that were live. These ones are obviously no longer alive and they're framed. And then you have, and when they're framed like this, they are referred to as mounted. And here's one that has been put in acrylic. And this one is gorgeous right here. Let's just pull this one up. And they all have, and this one has, this guy probably raised them, would be my guess, this person. And green mounted wing spread, real frame stag beetle. 83 sold, more than 10 available. So it would be my guess that he raised, that they, I don't want to say he, BIC bugs, 13,000. Let's just go to his store. See what else he sells, because it's probably everything I'm going to talk about. Butterflies and moths and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Let's see all of his items. Quite interesting. Veggies. Yep. Hi, Tina Lou. How are you? Thanks for coming in. And Miss Sheep Picker, thank you for coming in. Oh, Marianne, you feed your cats canned salmon and the doggo gets chicken, beef, or pork and begs just like what we eat. Yep. That's what they need. They need to have a diet like what their ancestors, they need to not have grain. We need to not have grain. This guy is a rhinoceros beetle, and he is amazing. So if you didn't know that you could sell these, here's a real framed trilobite beetle, Indonesia. Let's open this up. You know, there are many, many, many people who, this looks like one of those, what was that toy that we had when we were kids where you'd put the plastic stuff in and you'd stick it in the little oven? And thank you, Tina. How do you mail it if it's not mounted? I guess you find a box similar to this and put it in one. It can't be any different, honestly. I love these, the horned rhinoceros beetles. They're just, I don't know, you guys. I had two boys, and one of them loved anything insects, and that would be this one's dad. So, and this is just beetles, right? Unmounted cottonwood stag beetles. Probably how I would do it is wrap them in a cotton like this and put them in a small bottle. Speaking of insects, anyone notice a shortage of bees? I am not here, Mike, but I mean, bees have been on the endangered in my head list for quite some time. And some people are You know what? As a matter of fact, while we're talking about that, that's actually on my queen bees. You see the agriculture and forestry? You can buy live queen honeybees. In case you guys didn't know that. And it's not just honeybees. It's mason bees. Mason bees are just as important as honeybees because mason bees, you have a lot of bees too late to the poop party. Nope, you're not. But I already did talk about you, so you'll have to go back and watch that part. Bee venom, mini bee pack for apothecary sting therapy. Probably you can get snake venomed on here too. I need to write that down so we can look at that because I didn't even think about that. Anybody live in the desert? You can figure out how to capture $175, you guys, right here. Let's check this out. Live Italian honeybees, local pickup only. All the stuff that goes with honeybees. So if you're at an estate sale and the people were beekeepers, keep your eyes open because 3-pound packed with mated queen for reserve. Lots of times when the queen gets killed or dies, the whole hive goes away. And so you will need I wonder if they've sold any others, 8 watchers. So this has to be where are they at? Free Local Torrent, Connecticut. So that's where something that you would need. The bees and monarchs are making a big comeback in New Brunswick. People are the problem with the poor monarch butterflies, they're coming back here too, is that milkweed is their main, that's what they love, milkweed, milk thistle. And people were killing that, and then they weren't having the foods and stuff that they needed. So yes, monarch butterflies. And speaking of that, let's look them up. Oops, it helps if you spell it right? You can actually, I don't know if you can get them on, see butterfly milkweed down here, orange perennial. I don't know if you can bulk common milkweed pods with seeds. So if anybody wants to help out the monarch butterflies, here we go. 5 live monarch butterfly eggs on a milkweed leaf. Only buy if you have milkweed. So you can throw milkweed seed all over my county. Yep. So if you guys want to help the monarchs come back, find milkweed in your area. There's places. I know Val, Texas Gal Treasures. She has every summer on her back patio, she has this big enclosure. I think it's about this big, and she has milkweed plant in there, and she gets monarch butterfly eggs and raises them and lets them go. So that's a cool thing if you have grandkids to do, right? You used to sell praying mantis eggs. That's another one. Praying mantis eggs, lace wings, ladybugs, all of that stuff. So you can buy a replacement queen for the hive. Yes. Hi, Barry. Oh, Barry, this guy right here. Where are we here? Let's remove that. Didn't see you sneak in. This guy right here is a bee. He's a bee person. He's a bee boy. He does removals and all kinds of stuff. And he's one of my very good friends. So they released a bunch of ladybugs to deal with invasive species here. I think they might be eating everyone. Carnivorous little suckers. Beekeeper, yes, that is the technical term. Always keeping me in line. Always keeping me in line. How have you been, by the way, Barry? And thanks for they did that here with the ladybugs. Well, you know what? Thanks, Chrissy. Ladybugs eat a lot of aphids and stuff like that. So if the aphids and the little white lacewings and whatnot are really bad, they will release a lot of them. And if you have them bad in your garden, go to your garden center. Lots of times you can buy the ladybugs. You can also buy the walking sticks and any of that stuff. Super busy filling up my calendar with Santa gigs. Oh, that's good. Ladybugs eat aphids. They do. And if you have roses, you will have aphids. Period. Uh-oh. Okay. Puppy. Oh, he's gonna. Here you go, you guys.
He just woke up from his nap.
Yep. Let's see. There you go. Everybody can meet Dr. Peppers.
Dr. Pepper.
He doesn't look like he's too excited, does he?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Anyway, he looks a little bit bigger when I'm holding him, but he really looks big. If you hold him. You got him? Well.
We're playing Pass the Dog.
Pass the putt. Okay. Now you come stand over here. And I will. There you go. Turn around so they can see his face. Got it? Got to cover the mouth. All right. You out of here?
And he is too.
There you go. Oh my goodness. Talk about a pair. He is. Dren loves him. But I was telling him about old man Jenkins. And he's still talking about old man Jenkins. Anyway, so all of that stuff, you guys should be gardening naturally. I was out today watering and pruning the blueberries, all the dead stuff off the blueberries, and a gal walked by and she was asking me about some stuff she had going on with her plants and so on and so forth. And she had some stuff on one of her plants, and I said, blast it. And she said, with what? And I said, with water. I said, just blast it real hard. You're not going to hurt your plant. And I said, those things will all go away eventually. He is totally unentertained about his guest appearance. He is. He's very chill, but he does have an ear infection right now. So he's a little, and then after he got it, I don't know how rough they were with him. I don't think they were, because they're a wonderful vet office and the technicians do all the cleanings and that kind of stuff. But, he's just, his poor little ears are sore. Poor little guy. Hi, Muriel. He is a happy little chap. And anyway, it's so cute to watch. I'll have to take a little video and do a short and put it on my channel of him coming up and down the steps. He's so darn cute. I'm glad we got him. I think I needed something just as bad as Dren did. Anyway, so all right. So let's talk about this one, because we had a lot of this. I started talking about it a little earlier. Let me go back here. We were talking about monarch butterflies and whatnot, but let's just talk about this. If you live anywhere near somebody that has an old barn, an old silo, you can go collect these. Like I said, we had 2 different universities that came, and they would go through the silo and through the barn. If you've watched my last video where I said goodbye on the farm, then I showed you that we had my brother had put a barrel up for a family of owls, and then we also had some in the silo. Barn owl pellets sell, and the barn owl pellets that we had were mostly bats. So let's go down here. I bet eBay loves my what you've looked at last. my list of All right. Large owl pellets, pack of 50, 2+ inches. I never went out and picked these up because we just let the university get them. So 4 available. They've sold 10. Pellets, I hope you don't mean poop. Owls don't poop. This is a pellet. Do you not know what an owl pellet is, Michael? We have a smokestack. Well, then you've got thousands of dollars. So they use owl pellets in the schools. The kids get to dissect them. One owl pellet bone matching chart comes along with this, so they didn't put a picture of that in. Anyway, I don't know if it's going to let me. Here, we'll just do this. It's not going to let me hover over it. So owl pellets are a huge thing. And mostly they're just, is this the same guy? Let's see if this guy, barn owl regurgitated. They're not poop, Chrissy. Owl poop and owl pellets are 2 different things. You guys that think you're farm girls, let me just put you in your place. Gonna go collect. Dawn will be so proud. Yes, she will. So these are small ones, honestly, and they're mice, and I can tell because they, like this one up here, it's not letting me get way up here, has a tail. 90% of the ones that we had were bats, and I know that because I listen to the owls hunt the bats every night. So anyway, I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but owl pellets are regurgitated as in barfed up. Daniel, I was the weird lady who bought owl pellets off eBay absolutely. What's weird about it? You can also get, the frogs, and you can dissect the frogs. And all of that stuff, and the insects, because in biology, we dissected insects. And most of the insects we had in our house were live, and my son had them as pets. You're a city girl living on farmland. We can fix that for you, Maria. So I just want you guys to see this. Oops. I'm from hang on here a second. Oh, Lulu, owl pellets. Thank you. Lulu drops links, and she's good at it, and she finds some good stuff. So Brian Lowe, welcome in. I'm from Canada, Canada. I have so many friends in Canada, and I worked with a lot of people. Western Star trucks, semi-trucks, were built in Canada, and Freightliner bought Western Star out. And when they moved down here to Portland, a lot of the people from Canada came down to help teach us how to build them and all that kind of stuff. And so I always tease them, and I call it Canada. I love that place. Someday I would like to come and visit. Anyway, I'm from Canada. Our shipping is cost prohibitive on many items. Any interest in someone sourcing for you and then you selling from the U.S.? I don't need any help sourcing, but you can anybody want to get a hold of him and find out. Hi, Marie. Getting ready to clean out the storage unit. You got room for more chit? You do. Yes, a lot of people dissected piglets. Yep. For sure. Anyway, so now I lost my train of thought because I do that. Owl pellets, city girl parrots are owl hairballs. Yep. Anyway, so I think that there's so many things that you can sell on eBay that people don't. It's not just this kind of stuff, right? It's not. It's everything. Plants, succulents, seeds, dead things. Oh, I guess we kind of talked about that a little bit. Speaking of dead things, I guess I have to share. I'm missing Doug. He must be sick. I'm going to have to get a hold of him. Has anybody seen him? Night crawlers. Yep, I'm going to get to that. You guys that weren't here when I started, quit. You're ruining my show. I'm telling you. No, I'm just teasing. All that stuff. Yep, for sure. And the funny part is that we don't talk about it because we don't think about it until we need something like that. And then you go looking on the big old bad Google and this stuff comes up, right? Pine cones is a big one. The most expensive pine cones are the knob cone are from here. Let me share my screen here. Let's just go look at those real quick since Barry had to mention that. And I hate to say it, but the Pacific Northwest is about the only where these knob cone pine cones. And I'll tell you what, they are used for jewelry and they sell for a lot of money. And you have to know how Monterey, California, Third Eye Jewelry. So they take these assorted sizes. The best part about this, you guys, is there's a knob cone pine tree, 2 of them right outside the post office in the center. So when they start falling and stuff like this, I just go pick them up. But you have to put these things in the fridge. You have to keep them cold because as they start to get warm, they open up. So look at the prices here. This is no joke. This is something that you can just go out and pick up off the ground. 35 knob cone, pine cone, organic jewelry makers. So if you look at this knob cone, pine cone, it's beautiful. These are super duper tight knob cone, pine cone jewelry. Let's see if we get anything in here. Knob cone, pine. Let's take this second cone out. All right, let's do it. Let's see if we get, maybe if I do go out of the solds. That's not knob cones, but this is what'll happen. This is not a knob cone, but they will open up. The petals, the seeds, all of this stuff. Yep. You can sell so many. I wish. That's weird. Okay, these are the ones that I would get. I would get the green ones because the minute they sit on the ground for too long, they'll open up. Let's see if we go over here. Here we go. Oh, that's why, because I was spelling it wrong. What else is new? All right, you guys, this is what they do. Gorgeous. Look at this one right here. This is why these are worth so much money. Sorry, my internet's slow. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So they just cut it. And they have put a green onyx gold. They've done the whole, this is all in gold. And then they've dyed the veins green, $100. And it'll sell easily. So keep that in mind. But yeah, let's go if we want to continue on this route for a little bit, because it's odd. Mistletoe. Live in an area where you're near the forest. Hi, Marianne. You've used very large pine cones as bird feeders. Lather with peanut butter, roll and bird seed. Yep. We have long and skinny white pine cones. They will sell too. Mistletoe. Let's see. We're probably not going to find any. 2 pounds of fresh bittersweet. Nope. Not really probably going to find any on here because it's not that time of year. But as it gets closer to mistletoe, as it gets closer to Christmas, the guys, women, people, mistletoe. Just have to be persistent. Crafting, greenery, dried flowers, garden crafts, miniature fairy gardens. If I put fresh mistletoe in, you won't see it probably until Christmas time. How about this? Probably you won't be able to find either. It will be coming soon though. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, this is everywhere. Fresh holly. Oh, wow. Fresh powder, pure sea holly. Fresh holly. 15 pounds of real fresh cut holly branches with berries, $49. Fresh cut English holly, 3-pound box, 50 berries. So there, people are already cutting it, and they should be, because the berries are on right now. And if it's still warm in your area, the berries will fall off. The birds eat them. That's how they spread. If you have holly on your property, you have holly everywhere. Dates. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, here's a good one for all of you who live down south. You can go right out to the trees. Live Spanish moss air plant, Florida. 10-pound box of Spanish moss, live Florida Halloween decor. $144. Who lives in Florida? Marie, you don't live there, but we should go visit. When I was a kid, you would shoot it out of the trees with a BB gun and sell it. Yep. That's mistletoe, by the way. Crafter's Square, Spanish moss. Look at that, you guys. Let's just Florida, Georgia, anywhere. Spooky 2-pound box, hanging moss, organic Florida Spanish decoration craft. $10, but it's $76.85 shipping for 2 pounds. That's stupid that they're doing that. They're still getting. This is not a good way to list your stuff. List your stuff for the price you want, and do your shipping correctly. And then there's other kinds of moss besides Spanish moss. There you go. Real Spanish moss. This is the same person. It's just like when I was selling live Spanish moss from Florida, African violet Spanish moss, African violet plants. That's cute with the kitty cat there, but that's not what they're selling. So 3-pound box of Spanish moss plus free pups. So Spanish moss pups got this guy's selling it for a very good price. Anyway, lots here in Louisiana. Glenn, how you doing, buddy? You should be selling some Spanish moss. Look at what it's going for. Hi, Courtney. How are you? And I mean, so the things that you can just go out and get in lots of places. I know here in Washington and Oregon, you can go to the forestry department and you can get a permit. And that permit is good for, you can go up and cut a couple of Christmas trees. I'm pretty sure you can go up and get moss. You can get a permit to go and dig ferns, sword ferns, out of the forest, and probably all kinds of other things, wild huckleberry plants. You can get a permit to go up on Mount Hood and Mount St. Helens and in those areas here and pick huckleberries. Queen Anne lace flowers grow wild. They grow wild here too. And people actually make a jelly out of Queen Anne's lace. I have done it myself. It's a very, very delicate, and it turns pink, and it's very lovely, just so you know. So as far as plants go, I mean, you know, I'm probably going to sell fig starts. If any of you saw my thrift battle on Dominic Primetime Treasure Hunters channel, if you saw any of my thrift battles, I brought plants. Nettles are worth amazing amount of money. Right now is a good time to go and get nettle seeds. As a matter of fact, let's look that up. But anyway, because nettles are one of the most nutritious plants on the planet. And this was in my first thrift battle, and I got laughed at by a bunch of people, but that's okay. Stinging nettle seeds, $28 for 8 ounces. 8 ounces is nothing. Stinging nettle plant seeds, 5,000 seeds. I don't know how they can say 5,000 seeds. You got to do it by ounces. 1 cup. This is great. These are so easy to get. Stinging German nettles, organic purple dead nettle. Marie, you see this everywhere. Dead nettle is everywhere in here in Washington, and that is it is amazing. You will buy some fig plants from you. I will send you a fig plant. So the one that I showed on the thrift battle with tea auctions from you, elderberry cuttings, heck yeah, elderberries, anything that you can think of. Anyway, I showed that. I had gone out and cut it, and I showed it, and I stripped the leaves off, and I put it in. When was that? When was that thrift battle? 2 months ago? I don't remember. Put it in the windowsill in water, so I could see it every day. I have all kinds of jars filled with blueberry cuttings right now because that's what I did. Hey, Kristen, drop the link for your show, you guys' show tomorrow, will you please? So I planted that. As a matter of fact, pay attention to my channel because either tomorrow or the next day I'll have a house episode on the remodel of my house. I'm getting gutters in and the floor's done down in the basement. So I did a little walkthrough in the garden, and I show this little fig tree that is now about this big, and it's planted in a pot. You have green onion in your window. There you go. What do you put nettle seed in? A plastic bag. You put it in your garden and grow it and eat it. You steam it like spinach. It is amazing that lots of videos out there on it, on stinging. Hi, Ty, the one who laughs best for sure. Are you? Oh, hang on a second, Kristen. I thought you were blue and you're not. Okay, now you can drop. Kristen, a rural squirrel, you guys. If you don't know her, you should. She is amazing. She's hilarious, and she loves candy. Even though she's trying to get off it, you're never gonna quit eating candy. Okay, so I mean, these may not be as odd as the other odd things that I was going to show you, but yes, stinging nettle and the dead nettle seeds are great. Look them up, you guys. These grow like weeds here. like crazy. 200 stinging nettles. And this right here is exactly what they're going to look like. What does this guy say? Alaska wild harvested. I can go right down my mom's driveway and pick these. These are the seeds. And that's how they look, and they're that easy to pick. And you just take, I wouldn't personally, now it's not so bad. They're getting ready to die, but you should use gloves if you don't want to get stung, right? I got her. Thanks, Marie. If you guys don't know, Kristen and Rural Squirrel and Angie Resells and Rachel Strickland have a podcast on Fridays that for women. Well, you guys can go too, but it's the first one for Rip. Hi, Rev Artist. How are you doing? New Nani fruit. Yep. I sell quince every year. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call the tribe. I have the lawyer's number because they haven't done anything with the farm, and I drive by and the quince is about ready to pick, and I'm going to ask them if I can come pick a bunch, because why not? Boatman, how are you? I'm going to, I do not like to walk through them. Nobody likes to walk through them. Nobody likes to walk through them. Ty, how come you're not blue? Boy, I have been slack. I have been slack in my, all right, you guys. It's very entertaining, Courtney. I can't help myself. And tomorrow the girls will have, the ladies, the girls, we're all girls, right? We were all girls. Besides nutritioning fibers for great weaving. Exactly, Muriel. Tomorrow they will have Haley Tornado. That's not her last name, but Haley will be on with them tomorrow. So yeah, I listened to it the other day. I have, if you guys raise onions, you can raise onion sets. Spring onions are something you should be planting right now. I can't help myself. I'm sorry, you guys. Not me. You can go. They would love to have you on there. They would love to have you on there. So, all right. So nettles, what's another thing that you guys can think of that is going to be hot here pretty quick for the holidays? Pumpkins. Let's see.
We're
gonna need what?
5 pumpkins.
We're gonna need 5 pumpkins.
1 for Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper needs his own pumpkin.
A tiny one.
A tiny one.
1 for me.
1 for Dren.
1 for you.
1 for me.
And 1 for Whitney and Uncle Ryan.
1 for Whitney and Uncle Ryan. Probably maybe 1 for Daddy, even though he's not here. Yeah. So 6. We're gonna need 6 pumpkins, you guys. That's how that is. Look at all the different things you can do with pumpkins. There is no food more wasted at one time in the year than pumpkins. So there's so much that you can do with them. Gourds, sassafras, greens, you name it. You name it. So pumpkin stems, did you guys know this? All of those pumpkins that you see sitting out there in the fields and the stems broken off, when you go through, look at this, 500 natural dried pumpkin stems, 2 to 5 inches, $250. I'm not joking with you here. I seriously am not. These are just the stems. You can probably walk through somebody's field and get them and dry them and sell them. They're that easy. You could probably go to the dump where they dump all of this stuff and get these. This is a lot of money. If you guys live in areas where they grow these, this is no joke. You know, now some of the Some of the growers may already know this, and this may be them selling them. I've never shown this one before because, you know, sometimes you want to keep secrets, but hey, what the heck? This is the same person over and over and over. So to me, this tells me that they probably have, they probably grow them, right? Supercalpoppins. I used to take our pet tarantula into my child's classroom years ago and read a story. Teacher saw the exoskeleton and said, I bet you could sell. Yes, you could. Yes, you could. As a matter of fact, Justin Dren's dad had one of the large millipedes, and when it died, we took it in to his teacher in school because she was like, where did you get that from? And we went to the place we got it. They had two. We went because he wanted to take it for share. Of course, you could still take stuff on the school bus. Not anymore. You got a bite or something. Anyway, so we went and bought her the last one that was there. And when his millipede died, he took it in and she preserved it for him. And we still had it up till a long time ago. Same thing with, he had a scorpion, he had a tarantula, he had, I can't even tell you, he's had every kind of lizard that you could have, snakes. So dried pumpkin stems, and then of course you saw the seeds, but gourds, same thing with gourds. So, you know, here we're coming up with some of these could be from gourds, right? That's really, let's do dried gourds for crafts. Let's go out of solds because it's not so much so about what they're getting for them price wise. Let's see, pumpkin patches are coming up soon. They are. Yeah, people use, okay, here you go for gourds. These gourds are super easy to grow, you guys, and I'm not trying to put anybody down that doesn't think that they have a green thumb or anything. You can grow them on a fence, you can grow them everywhere. They go for a ton of money. One piece dried gourd with popcorn pattern craft DIY, $200. It's the seeds are nothing. 100 washed ornamental gourds, dried and clean. Now the seeds are inside these. The seeds for this one will be inside here. So, I mean, I guess if you needed it, this is where they're getting a lot of their 100 long handle spoon gourds. They're getting their stems. These are pear-shaped or AKA birdhouse gourds. These would be from just tiny pumpkins and stuff like that. And then people do the crafting with them. Potable, natural, real dried wine bottle gourd. So, natural bottle gourd clusters. It's just, you know, you don't even have to use your imagination. But if you see this stuff in the craft store and you're buying it, how do you preserve gourds? You literally just, you can leave them out in the field if you want to. You can bring them in and put them on window screens. You can put them in your garage, somewhere where they stay dry. The thing about leaving them out in the fields is there's still the morning dew and stuff, so some of them will and some of them won't. Velvet pumpkins with real dried pumpkin stems. Yes, well, the velvet pumpkins are going to be plastic, but the real dried velvet pumpkin stems are, you know, this is where people are getting them from. So you basically just leave it until it dries. And what people are selling this year was probably from last year's harvest. Does that make sense? So if you have a chain link fence, your tarantula molted one last time, and after 19 years went to the great arachnid beyond. So I do have one exoskeleton left. That's cool. So if you have a chain link fence and you have a flower bed in that chain link fence, you can put your pumpkins and your watermelons. Watermelons have stems on them too, you guys. Watch my next video on the house. I think it'll be like episode 14. I don't know what episode I'm on. White ceramic pumpkins with a gold painted pumpkin stem. Yes. So these stems are used for tons of stuff. And I know you guys seem more surprised over the stems than you do some of the other stuff I showed, which is funny. I set them on a pallet. There you go, on a pallet. Just find a place where you can kind of keep them dry for the most part, and they will dry from the inside out. And then you'll have the seeds inside them. And, you know, there's a farm in California that has a huge gourd sale with over 1 million gourds. Oh, yeah. I'm on my phone, can't see where the stems and seeds are going. Were the stems and seeds going international? Let's see. Let's see if these guys sell internationally. Ships from the United States. Let's see. It's not wanting. Let's go see what they say. This guy, change country. This guy only ships to the United States, it looks like, but that doesn't mean. Let's see about this one. Hello. Boy, my internet is slow. Like super slow. Getting late here on the East Coast. Going to catch. Thanks for coming in. Kathy, yes. If you have time to rotate them. All right. I'm trying to make sure that I got everybody. All right. This person, let's see. And something that you sell now. I don't want to sell those right now because I don't have any to sell. Let's see what this, I would sell them internationally. This guy is only selling them. I'm telling you something right now, you guys. If you aren't selling internationally, you are hurting yourself horribly, in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions too. Pumpkin Stead, good for crafts. They even sell fake ones at Walmart. Yep, for sure. They sell fake everything, right? You can get fake boobs too. Probably not at Walmart, but coming to a store near you. I guess you can buy. What did they used to sell? Water bras? I don't know. All right. You're just going to have to find, because I went out of that. Let's see. Let's look at this person and see if they're selling them internationally. Oops. I'm really good. I'm going to get myself in trouble here in a minute. What the heck? A lot of people not selling internationally. This person's from, I don't, so I know for a fact that there's a lot of things that I sell at a higher profit than a lot of people, because I sell internationally and a lot of people don't. And I don't use global shipping. You couldn't pay me to use global shipping because they rape people in other countries. I use pirate ship. Why is this not opening? Now, could very well be also that these aren't allowed to be shipped globally. I find that hard to believe, but a lot of plants and a lot of seeds are not allowed to be. See, this one started to go bad. You can buy these gourds. I'm almost tempted to watch this to see if 710 jet ski Johnnies. Courtney, are you still in here? We should put this on. We need to put this. Hi Mia, how are you? We need to put this this thing right here in the Facebook group and watch it, because you can go buy one of these gourds at Walmart. you can buy them anywhere. All it is I can't think of the name of it right now. It's not anything special, but they grew together. It's a Siamese twin. That's all it is. Might there be an issue with selling plants? There could very well be. That could be for a lot of this. So one thing that I didn't talk about at the beginning, which I like to talk about when I'm doing plants and stuff like this, is you guys have got to go into, and this is the easiest way to find any policy or anything on eBay is to go to Google and type in eBay's policy on selling plants. Plants and seed policy, eBay, right here. You have to look these policies up. If you don't look them up and you just start listing stuff and it's something, they'll tell you right in here what you can and can't list. They'll tell you what laws, National Plant Board, USDA plant, Save Our Citrus. You cannot sell citrus plants. You cannot move them. This is serious. I've read all of this because I sell this stuff. Endangered plants are not allowed. Plants and seeds located outside the U.S. are not allowed due to U.S. import restrictions. So that's probably why they're not selling that stuff. I find it really funny that you couldn't sell the stems though, because they're dried. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to check into that. Anyway, general plant information, small seed lot, import permit information. Let's check this out. Because I know that you can buy rare seeds and stuff like that. So this is from the USDA, and it will tell you everything you need to know about all of that stuff. And you're going to have to go down into all of their little things and find the stuff that you need to do. But if you have this kind of stuff, it's worth it to see because you can make some very good money. All right. Post Office Online has a list of what you can sell overseas too. Yep, for sure. But you should go into because it's not just overseas, right? You have to understand this right here, Save Our Citrus website. I can't remember what other thing I did, but I have all of this information you cannot citrus trees move it and lose it. They are this adamant about it. So I highly suggest anybody interested in this, go read this stuff because man, if you take a citrus plant out of the don't get caught. We used to count how many people still had pumpkins in their yard in December. Now I'm going to go to their door and ask if I can have the top. Yes, there you go. Bugs, bugs, bugs. All right, so let's go here. Red wiggler worms. Red wiggler worms are the worms that you use for composting. 50 pounds of red wiggler composting worm mix for $1,700. This is not a joke, you guys. I'm going to show you that these sell for exactly what they're asking. Price plus shipping. $20,000. $159.70 for $2,000. That's a lot to count. For organic gardening, vermicomposting, $250 through $2,000 count available. 1,000 red wiggler worms for organic gardening. Go on YouTube if you're interested in this, and there are plenty of videos that will show you how to grow these. They're super simple to grow. They're amazing. I have worm castings in my garden. It's one of the best organic fertilizers you can use, and the liquid that comes out of it, you can buy here. Let's just go. Worm composting tower. Let's see. Let's see if they have one. Here's an urban worm composting bin. Here we go. Handmade USA vermiculture worm bin composting stackable redwood indoor outdoor. Personally, I wouldn't want one of those indoors. They have, here's a tumbleweed. This is a pet poo in-ground worm farm composter. This is the one that I would get. You can have this right under your sink. You could have it in an extra bathroom. You can have it out in your garage. You can have it beside your garage. But these stackable worm, look at somebody here just took a yellow bin. Go on YouTube and somebody will show you how to do this. These are amazing. And you'll notice, right? Is it going to let me? It's not going to let me hover. We'll see. It's got everything in here that you need. It's got a spigot right there. So the liquid will come out and you can take that liquid and it is the best organic fertilizer and you can use it in your indoor plants, anything. And you're just putting into there foods that you would compost, not be when you're done eating. It tells you if only worms ate fire ants, right? I had a job at a marina one summer when I was a teenager, and part of my job was to count worms in the styrofoam cups. Yep, we used to have 4 old bathtubs, and my brother raised night crawlers, and we go out and water the lawn at night. You know, a few hours before night, you go out with a flashlight at night, and they'd all come up, and then we gather them up, and he'd put them in there, and he had his mixture of cow poop and whatever, and he had something to cover the top. And yep, I mean, literally, you guys, worms are one of the easiest things. You can put these outside. A lot of restaurants will have these outside, and they will use them to compost, and they will sell the worms. But just that, the compost. So worm factories, and then you can do worm castings. Worms Armageddon. That must be a game. Right here. Wiggle worm soil builder, earthworm castings, which is basically their poop. Worm castings, organic and natural plant fertilizer. And you don't need a lot of it. A handful in a planter is plenty. 2 compost tea bags, treats, 10 gallons organic worm castings. People will take these bags and they will make the tea, a tea, which is a liquid fertilizer. Go in the store and cook hamburgers. Well, you washed your hands. Really? Yep, you watered the lawn for them too. Anyway, so worm casting micro brew tablets. They just took the worm castings and when they were wet, and they pelletized them. So they just dried them. They made these little molds and dried them. And 10 for $7.81. And they've sold 232. These can't be that big. They don't have does it say how big they are? Nowhere in here do I see the size, but they're probably not that big. But you don't need a lot. They're that rich in nutrients. All right. Oh, I just saw something else that you guys, who lives by the sea? Who lives by the ocean? Right here. Kelp. Why isn't it not? Kelp meal, kelp powder, kelp fertilizer. Let's click on that one. Kelp, 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 kelp. Live by the sea. What did you say? I missed something. Did you, Kristen, did you drop your guys' link for your show tomorrow? Did somebody drop it? Don't make me tell on you, Kristen. I haven't seen Angie in here yet. Yep, go to bed. Talk to you later. Good night, Chrissy. Got used to it, Jan. I liked telling this two-part story to gross people out. What did you do, Maggie? You wash your hands and go into the that I was raised on a dairy farm. That doesn't matter to me. I'm not a germaphobe. What happened to Ethel? She'd probably have problems with that. That's hilarious. Thank you. Courtney just dropped the link in for the girls podcast. It'll be tomorrow at don't quote me on this. It's either 10 Eastern or 11 Eastern. Oh my goodness, I'm horrible. Anyway, so kelp food, kelp meal. What do you use kelp meal for? You use it for fertilizer. A lot of people will buy, see the 1 to 0.1-2, that's the nitrogen and all of that content. Down to earth kelp meal is pure Asphyllium nosodium seaweed from the clean cold waters of the North Ocean, hand harvested, carefully dried, and finely milled. Is an ideal nutrient supplement for all types of vegetables, herbs, flowers, and perennials. So I'm here not looking. I haven't shown anything, well, really gross yet. I guess I have, but we're kind of talking about safe stuff right now, unless the worms bothered you. You don't have to look to just listen. So kelp, if you live near the ocean, kelp, okay? It's just amazing. So what else do I have on here? Okay, I'm going to talk about taxidermy. So if any of you that bothers you, many people taxidermy mounts. Hopefully this isn't just the wood piece. So yes, you can sell taxidermied animals on eBay. If you didn't know that, now you do. And they do sell for quite a bit of money. Look at these big ones. I'm not saying that I am okay with this, but most of these have been in people's collections for years. Obviously, I don't know how they're getting this one. That should not be on here. Wow. What are you going to do? But yes, you can sell taxidermied African Nile crocodile full body mount. So let's go in here and see. Let's go in here and see what has sold. Wow, draft taxidermy mount. All I can say is these ones like this giraffes probably aren't an endangered species. Owl pellets and worms, I'm listening. Okay, yeah, I just thought about that. Well, that's one you'd want to put outside and have a camera in the mouth and a voice activated something so that you can look at this guy's face. I'm sorry. This is hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look at that. He's like, he's mad. How'd you like to have him yell at you when you rang the doorbell? I'm sorry. So people will have their pets taxidermied so that they can keep them. That could very well be this macaw. Here's a wolverine. Here's a peacock. That could have been somebody's pet, right? Here's fish. My stepfather had salmon and steelhead. Oh, I thought that was funny too, Ethel. So, longhorn steers horns. I mean, 9 times out of 10, this animal was old, it died, and it you know what I'm saying. So, but just keep in mind that if you find, here's a coyote holding a skunk, that's hilarious. This guy had, whoever the taxidermist was. All right, we got to look at that one. I'm dying. I'm dying here. Oh my God, there's another one down here we have to look at. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if anybody gets upset at me, but that's good too. 1970s cobra fighting mongoose taxidermy. This is a look at this guy has his paw up in front of his nose. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Don't think I'd want it in my house, but that's hilarious. That guy had a motion activated get off my lawn, you kids. Hi, Donatella. There, I dropped your link in the chat earlier. Check this one out. This is hilarious. Here's another one. This guy had a sense of humor too. Who's going to win this one, you guys? How was that? Probably the snake. So that's, oh, it's on bid. 4 bids. It's going to say, I would like to think that they would get a little bit more money. Coyote teeth. Baby coyote. Here's a raccoon, shoulder mount raccoon, and they put it in the tree. That's hilarious. So, where was that other one? Oh, here we go. Coyote skull taxidermy bone art magic mushroom crystal forest. There you go. I think that the tree needs to not be there, but that's hilarious. And only $112, you guys. You just posted on your community page. Hopefully my peeps will come over and hang out. Are you having an auction now too? Because you and T just got done. A vintage buzzard. So you got to know your animals that are endangered and so on and so forth, right? Beaver skull sculpture, bone art. These guys made this one up. Tibetan Mastiff skull. So taxidermy is a hot thing and you can make a lot of money. You will find them at estate sales. I don't know that I have ever seen one at a thrift store. Doesn't mean that you aren't going to find them at thrift stores, right? But yes, you will. So leads me to the last category. Let's just go with horse poop. Oh, hey, it's actually the picture that I had on my thumbnail. This isn't even horse poop. This is an Amish-made horse-drawn draft horse-sized poop bag diaper. Apparently, Dren thought that was funny. He's sold 14, and he's got more than 10 available, so apparently it's a thing. That way, when the horses are working, they aren't pooping in the field, and they can catch this. And then we are Frontier Equestrian, located in Jasper, Missouri.
Can I have some help opening this?
You're gonna eat my pretzels?
I want pretzels.
Oh man! All right, that's fine. I think these have been under there for a while. There you go. Can you take that and throw it away? So, horses that pull buggies in town and stuff like that. If you have to poop or scoop, right? So that's what they use these for. That's a pretty good idea. Kind of feel sorry for the horses, but it can't be any different than and here's somebody else that's selling them too. So it's a thing. And here we go. Horse manure, fertilizer, poop, no chemicals, sun-dried, pasture-cured, 20 pounds, $46. Kid you not. The dog, not the grandma. My daughter used to watch Dance Moms, and one week the grandma dog was prancing around the dancer shop. In the next episode, she was on her bed. Oh, that's hilarious. People get their pets. People do get their pets. So horse manure, right? You want some fresh horse manure? They'll send it to you. These are solds, by the way. You see the green? The green is sold. I don't think that I would ever list this as a gag gift or sell it as men's poop magic funny unicorn treat shirt. I mean, there's a whole situation here. Now, let's go to rabbit. If you raise rabbits, you have poop. Look, this is a quart size Ziploc bag. They're paying $3.99 for that and $11.60 shipping. 2 pounds for 9. Rabbit poop, if you don't know, is one of the few poops that you don't have to compost or sit out and let. You can take it straight from the rabbits and put it right on your garden, mix it in with your soil. It will not burn it. It's not high nitrogen. And so, you know, if you have our rabbit cage that we had, I had taken a blue 50-gallon water drum. I cut it in half and it sat underneath the rabbit cage. And when they pooped, it just went right down into that. And then I could just grab a shovel full of it whenever I needed it to put it on the garbage. Horse manure cigarettes, they sell cow pies and you name it. Well, I just, I don't know why there's a anti-fluoride thing here for rabbit poop. But anyway, predator control baits and scents. Let's look at chicken poop. Other words you can put in here, right? Chicken poop, lip junk. No, thank you. Here you go. Perfect poop digestion and general health supplement for dogs. Why is that got? All right, let's look under chicken. Chicken. I know they have it on here because we were looking at it. Chicken. See if it goes that way. Here you go. 5 pounds organic chicken poop manure fertilizer granule, $19.95. Free shipping. Don't do free shipping on this kind of stuff. They are turning a lot of farmland back into marshes, so it will help. Yep. I remember they used to sell. I read that. I'm getting behind the 8 ball. So here you go. Free range chicken manure fertilizer. They're showing their chickens, all that kind of stuff, right? If you have probably spelled that wrong. Bat guano, which is bat poop. This stuff is expensive. Roots Organic Nitro Bat Guano, 44-pound bag, $189. There you go. Organic Super Soil Bat Guano, fishbone kelp. They've made their own mixture here. If you have caves, or like I said, we have owls and the owls were eating the bats. There's bats. Super Soil Bat Guano, alfalfa, bone, blood, feather, kelp, meal, azomite. They probably got that out of the barn. Mexican free-tail bat guano. So there you go. It's just never ending. Hi, Yvonne. By the way, so there you have it. Let's see, beetles, walking sticks. We did the bugs. I didn't go into detail on a lot of the different bugs, but if, cicadas, all that, grasshoppers, you name it. There probably isn't a bug out there that somebody doesn't collect or doesn't want. Butterflies, everybody's aware of the fact that the they make beautiful. I just gave my my son's girlfriend some really amazing pictures that were made from butterfly wings and stuff like that. So, you know, people collect the insects and that kind of stuff. Same with fish. Chrissy Rusty Bucket, she raises fish and sells them, not on eBay, through another platform, but there isn't anything out there that pretty much you can't sell somewhere, right? So chicken feathers, 100% chicken feathers, especially from silkies and stuff like that, because the guys that go fly fishing and tie their own flies want the chicken feathers, and specific chicken feathers. 100%, Lynn. Thank you for bringing that one up. So, you know, keep in mind, I mean, here's your bonus for the week. Let's go back here. If you didn't know, and I guess it's an odd thing. Where the heck am I? I need to go here. Let's make sure it's sharing. Oh, thank you, Donatella. That was very nice of you. Japanese maple trees can be huge, huge, huge money. All right, let's go back here. Let's go back here. If you live anywhere near ironwood boards, and I kid you not, you guys, and these might not even be off an old barnwood. They could be old weathered fence boards. Who knows? You know, so 18-inch reclaimed rustic fence boards, 1 plank, weathered barnwood styled age. You're getting 1 plank. $6. Free local pickup or $21.87 shipping. 16 sold. This is what, this right here, see the galvanized metal? That's another one. So, I mean, you got somebody tearing down an old fence. You got a bunch of old pallets because, where did that go? Look at this. Craft pallet boards, reclaimed woods. These are just little tiny pieces, right? And these, I mean, look at that. He has 8 available. He's sold 2. Good on them. He, she, them. You're in bed now. Oh, get some sleep. You had a long day. Thank you so much, Super Calipoppins. What is your first name, by the way? I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And for those of you that came in late, I just wanted to, I'll say it again. I hit 20,000 hours of watch time, which for me is amazing. And I am, let's see, 2,000. Let's see if it changed any, because God, the guy that came and tore the gutters down on my house today, he subscribed to me this morning. I was walking him through the garden and feeding him some vegetables and stuff. And he goes, "These are amazing." And I go, anyway, so, I mean, it was kind of cracking me up. I am 120. Oh my gosh, I can't even do math. I'm at 2,878 subscribers, so that's 123. Is that right? No, 122. 122 away from 3,000. So I just want to tell you guys that I appreciate you so much, because I wouldn't be where I am without you. You guys are the ones that are watching, and those of you that are lurking and don't talk and are just there. I appreciate every single one of you. You didn't see your name. Uh-oh, Barry, you're in trouble. Thrifty Santa, Barry, Donna did not see her name on the Santa good. Well, honestly, Donna, really, neither one of us are on the good girl list. You act like you're shocked or something. Excuse me. Anywho, if you guys source any of this stuff, if you grow any of it, if you have any of it, and you decide to be brave or smart in my mind and list any of it, tag me in a post on Instagram. I would love to see it. Jeremy, where you been? Where you been, Jeremy? I can tell you right now that Barry will tell you that I've never been on the good girl list. It just never. Hey, buddy, thanks for coming in. If you have any funny animals, how to ship a cicada, a thing, an old plastic pill bottle. Yes, you can get the styrofoam food containers. You could save your food containers that maybe you get, I don't know, from a deli, or you can buy them for cheap. And you can clean them out, right? Obviously, you're going to clean them out. Heather, thank you so much. Snakeskin cell, rattlesnake cell, all that stuff. They make jewelry out of it. They do all kinds of stuff. Snakeskin cell, people make boots and belts and all kinds of stuff out of it. So a cicada, you don't know what a cicada is? Here, that's all right. They are all over. They were all over last year. They were really bad. A cicada. Let's go to I'll pull them up. Cicada. I'm sure you've seen them. And they get huge. And they make a horrible sound. So anybody that Danielle had them really bad, and I believe I was telling Rachel, I said, you can sell those cicada shells, and she's like, you can? I said, yeah, because they die. Just let them dry out. So let's go over here. Cicada. One genuine cicada, American dried, real insect bug, $13. And any of you guys that live in the middle America down south, I was sure that they had cicadas in Florida. Are humongous. Yes, they are. They absolutely are humongous, Heather. Let me because I had a friend in Alabama, and then his parents lived in Alabama. He lived in Georgia, and we went and visited, and the cicadas were huge, like huge, because my boys were little, and they would collect, and they smelled like death around there. They were so big. But yeah, so there you go, bugs. And then these are fly fishing flies, cicada foam, dry fly assortment. And then see here, this is a feather. So if we did that and looked, you have to be careful about some feathers, because some bird feathers you cannot sell. Chicken feathers, multi-purpose craft supplies. So here you go. They will use these fancy chicken feathers are, and then you have the rooster feathers. They use these for fly fishing, ties, pheasant tails, all these different feathers they use for fly fishing and other stuff, right? People make all different kinds of things out of feathers. cam chicken feathers. So yeah, feathers are a thing, a big thing. Tana, you've only seen a couple 3 cicada shells this year, probably. Like cicadas are like a 7-year, they're like the 7-year itch. They're like a 7-year thing. They're really, really, really bad I keep looking over here because I'm reading the chat over here. How rude. So every 7 years, they're usually super bad. And so last year was the super bad year, especially any of my fellow YouTubers that do thrifting and are outside, or anybody that was outside. They're really annoying, and they're really loud, very, very loud crickets. So imagine having one like this and having thousands of them. It's overpowering, the noise. I guess anyone looking for stink bugs, oh, I'm sure they are. They're going to use them for everything. Somebody out there needs something for something, right? Pine needles. You guys, what would you, here, let's go back here. I know there's tons of pine needles in Georgia. There's tons of pine needles everywhere. Gosh, I wish I didn't. Long leaf pine. Let's just do pine needles. Pine needles, red pine, 4 ounces, freshly gathered, $16.95. All right, you guys, get out there and start collecting your pine needles. Where you get a bad year, it's noisy as heck. Yep. Acorns, walnut shells, hazelnut shells, pecan shells, you name it. You can, Texas longleaf pine needles, you can sell them green, you can sell them dried, you can sell them however you want to. This is one of my favorite things. This is so easy to grow. It's not even funny. Oops. Sage. Look at you guys, sage. Do you know how easy sage is to grow? And then to make these little bundles is even easier, but you can just, I mean, they're just taking the sage, and you take it while it's you cut it off the plant. I had a huge plant. I had a 4 by 2 by well, when I first did it, it was probably 2 feet high raised bed that was just sage. And you cut it while it's fresh, and you fold it over, and you can lightly wrap it here and sell it this way. You can probably sell it fresh, but you can wrap it with lavender. These guys dyed it to make it dragon's blood. You can put wood in with it. You can put all different kinds. And then I have a ton of these abalone shells. I need to offer those out again. So don't sell any of these feathers. You'll get in big trouble. There you go. 1 blue sage stick. These are 12 because people are totally into pecan. No, we don't say pecan up here. Just like you guys don't know how to say Washington in Oregon. It's not Washington. There isn't even an R in it, but that's okay. You know, everybody has a different dialect from across the country. Anyway, so sage, people put rosemary in it. They'll put lavender in it. They do all kinds of different things, but and you can just California white sage. Anybody live in the high desert in California? And I don't take any crap from Barry, Yvonne. That's why I'm on the bad girls list. I've met Barry several times. He's an amazing person, but even that, he's still not going to put me on the good girls list because it's not going to happen. So here's, they're putting crystals in. if you live in the high desert in California and Eastern Oregon and Eastern Washington, there's sage everywhere. Sage, tumbleweed, juniper, fresh and wet California white sage. So juniper is another thing. Juniper is all over in the high desert. So I have a video called Does Money Grow on Trees? If anybody wants to drop that. You can do juniper berries, a juniper switch. Let's try that. Oh, that's probably what that is. Juniper. Let's see. I don't. We're going to do the same thing. All right, let's go. Juniper tree. There you go. So they have bonsai trees, which is another thing. And have lots of cactus. Yep. Juniper berries, right? Juniper wood. There's a lot of juniper in the high desert because that's what grows there. So, I mean, you guys and gals that live in these places where you can go, I mean, when in the high desert in Eastern Oregon, Washington, California, there's just miles and miles and miles that ranchers have, and more than likely they'd be more than happy for you. Don't go on somebody's property without asking them, please. That's just sheer rudeness, whether you think they can see you or not. You wouldn't like it if somebody came up into your yard or on your property without asking, but more likely than not, if they asked, you'd be okay with 95% of the stuff, whatever. So it doesn't matter if somebody owns 5,000 acres and you think they can't see you. Somebody out there will see you. So it takes 10, 15 seconds to find a house, find something, ask somebody. If you're on the side of the road and there's a fence that's 50 feet in and you're on the public highway, have at, right? Don't go onto somebody's property without asking. But there are so many cool things that you guys can sell. Rocks. You could sell rocks. Somebody made a pet rock and sold millions of dollars worth of them back years ago, right? So, peanut gallery. Anyway, hopefully your guys' wheels are turning and there's many, many things that you guys, how many of you can go find an old couple of boards in your backyard and cut them up and list them? Bittersweet vine. Yep. So, I mean, you can grow the purple crocus, I think that's what it is, and it's got the saffron. Do you guys know what saffron is? It's for cooking, right? It only comes out of the saffron. Very expensive. Saffron crocus plant. Okay, look it. You can buy these. It's very expensive. There's a whole pile of it. 1 ounce for $98. Okay. So these are the crocuses, and when they grow, somebody took made a ring here. That's pretty cool. Am I sharing? I'm not. Okay, glad I caught that. I did talk about the pine cones, all kinds of pine cones. These little stamens right here, that's the saffron. And you see why it's so expensive? You're going to only get about 3 out of each bulb per year. Okay. So 10 bulbs is $12.99. Out of those 10 bulbs, each bulb will probably produce 3 flowers if you're lucky. And there is your dried saffron. So saffron. Spice. Look at Spice Islands, $20.99. I use saffron. I love it. I love saffron and rice. Yep. So there you go. Get yourself some saffron crocus. Get them planted. This guy's got probably $100,000 worth of saffron right here in it, and so you can just imagine. And then each one of those, you don't want to cut the flower off and kill the bulb, so you go with tweezers and you pull those. I know too much. So you can garden. You can enjoy your gardening and you can make money from your gardening, right? Hi, Sue. And you can what? And you can make food off of your garden too, Dren wants you to know. All right. All right, you guys. I'm out of here. Got to feed the little guy. Got to put some eardrops in the other little guy's ears and all of that good stuff. Saffron, buying heck, buy it in the Mexican, always cheaper. All the spices are always cheaper in the Mexican aisle and better, in my opinion. Sorry. Because, yep. You can grow them year round in Arizona. Well, there you go, Sue. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging it with me. Everybody that gave me a super chat, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate your subscriptions, and I appreciate the 20,000 hours of watch time that you have helped me get. And I'll see you at least next week on Thursday, but I'm hoping to get a couple of videos out this week. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of your night.